welcome back to Girl Talk. I am just thrilled to be in the brewery itself at the Great Dane Hilldale. I am here with head brewer, Nate Zukas. Did I get that right?
Yep.
And we are literally standing in front of the beautiful silver machinery that makes the wonderful Great Dane that we all know and love. Nate, welcome. Thank you for talking with me today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we have a lot to talk about. Behind us we have the...
These are fermenters. They're 30-barrel fermenters, and so each one of these holds approximately 60 kegs worth of beer at a time.
Yes, 60 kegs. That's a lot of beer. So tell me this, because I really have no idea. Do each one of these fermenters make a different brand of Great Dane beer? Each one has a little label on it that says this is for whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not static, so sometimes different beers move around in different ones.
Okay.
But at any one point in time, there's only one beer inside of here. So inside of this one right now is actually Crop Circle Wheat.
That's my favorite.
We're actually moving this over into serving tanks so that on Monday we can fill 400 cases of Crop Circle Wheat.
Which is very exciting because this is now in a can.
This is now in a can. This is one of our most popular beers. It's perfect for summer, and it's our new 6-month seasonal. We had Scotch Ale in cans before that, and that's pretty much sold out. For summer, we have Crop Circle Wheat now, and so we're pretty excited about that. We just did our first run of cans about 2 months ago, and we're going to do another run of cans this coming Monday.
Exciting. Well, Crop Circle Wheat is fantastic. It's the first Great Dane beer I ever had. And they usually serve it. It's on tap at all of their breweries as well. And it comes in this beautiful long glass with a big old lemon on top, if I'm correct. So It's very refreshing in the summer, and they have their outdoor seating at all of the locations.
Pretty much every location has some, in fact, not pretty much, but definitely every
I
location
thought so. Okay,
has some outdoor patio seating. So yeah.
So we can definitely look forward to enjoying some Crop Circle Wheat in cans. And let me just pick your brain quickly.
Yeah.
I know there's difference in taste when it comes to on tap or draft beer versus drinking it in the can. Some folks like to take the can and then pour it into a glass. Touch on a little bit what makes the difference there, if you could.
You know, part of the sensory experience, or what happens when you taste anything, is that it's not just your taste buds on your tongue. It actually involves your olfactory or your aroma senses. So when you drink something, you're actually smelling and tasting at the same time, and that's actually what gives you the full flavor of whatever you're consuming. So you might, remember in the middle of winter when you have a head cold and you're trying to eat something and you just get really no flavor out of it. That's because your nose is stuffed up and you can't smell anything.
Awesome. So this is some good knowledge about how everything is connected, and this is, correct me if I'm wrong, but where they get the idea or the statement, the bouquet, when they're talking about wine and beers.
And beer. They both have bouquet.
And you
they both have an aroma.
Taste.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
And those aromas then pair on your tongue with different flavors, and that's what gives you the total sort of sensory sensations.
Sensory sensation. So if you want a really good excuse to drink really delicious beer, just tell people that you're interested in a new sensory sensation that we learned from Nate here, because you just have to do it. It's about medical information at this point.
Absolutely.
It's really important.
It's very important.
Glad we got that checked off the list. All the serious stuff out of the way. Tell me about this fun little orange can I have in front of me. What is this all about?
So that's our new summer seasonal. It's called Orange Crush. It's a Belgian style ale that we made here at Hilldale, and it is a German hop called Mandarina Bavaria and orange peel. Now, Mandarina Bavaria has somewhat of a tangerine-like character, and then adding the orange peel, it's not a lot, it's just a little bit, so it gives it a nice, very citrusy characteristic. The beer itself is a very fruity flavor, so it kind of works well. It's low in alcohol, and it's extremely refreshing for summer. So it's a great patio sipper as well.
So we've got one with a little citrus action that you can add a lemon. We've got a little citrus action here do you serve it with an orange? Would this one be
you
good
could
with a
serve it
little
in orange. This one's going to be a little more soft and round on the finish, and that one's going to have a little more of a bite. It's a little more crisp.
Okay. Well, in a moment, we're actually going to try these here at the Great Dane. I'm very excited about that. Very lucky to be in the brewery itself. I'm going to ask a little bit more about your history as a brewer. So how did you get started? How long have you been doing this? What does it take to be you?
Well, I think it's been 8 years, almost 8 years since I've been brewing here. What does it take? A lot of luck. People ask me all the time, how did you become a brewer? I was here at the right place at the right time. I had a history with the company, and it just kind of worked out where they needed someone. So I started working, a couple days a week here, and a round peg fit a round hole, and they never got rid of me.
They just liked you too much. They couldn't.
Yeah,
They're like, well,
yeah.
we're going to teach them how to actually make stuff
Yeah.
here now. That's a really cool story because I think a lot of people, when they talk about how they became what they became, you know, I think that there's luck with everything that everyone
It's
does.
not a
and
happenstance in your life, you know. You never know what's gonna exactly end up, you know.
it's good to not admit that, but to share that with people
Oh,
and
yeah.
say a lot of people say, well, it was because I did this, this, and this, and you're saying I was in the right place at the right time. It's a good thing.
I mean, I thought I was gonna be a professor, and now I end up running a brewery. So you know.
Hey, that happens to the best of us. You never know. You know,
No,
sometimes
yeah.
it's the people you meet or where you happen to be sitting and having a beer at that moment. You
Absolutely.
talk to the right guy, right?
Absolutely.
Or the right woman.
Yes.
Absolutely. So again, we are sitting here in the brewery itself. So this encompasses, there's each one of the locations has a brewery in the restaurant and bar, obviously. They make all their own beer on site. The breweries are set up a bit different within each Great Dane location. This one, the brew house and the brewery machinery is all encompassed in one. What makes it the brew house? What does that mean, the house itself? What's going on
So
there?
the brew house, it's kind of an old term, and so back before they had, you know, CO2 injection and motorized pumps and all these things, beer had to be made with liquid moving with gravity. So it conditioned at the bottom in the cellar, so that's where it was then served from. But the first stage of it was brewing up top.
Okay.
And so the brew house, it was literally looked like a little house on top of a big building, and that is where your wort is made, and wort is pre-beer or pre-fermented beer.
Wort.
Wort,
Oh, never heard of that
W-O-R-T.
before. Okay.
So then you make that wort, which is a combination of a sticky sweet liquid and a bitter herb, so hops and barley sugar. And then that liquid is then put into a fermenter. So the brew house is literally just look like a house. So that's kind of how it got its name.
Awesome. So we have a little bit of history happening here of why it's called a brew house. Okay, really quickly, let's crack these suckers open. Have a cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to Nate. And here's to the Great Dane. We are so happy to be here. That's delicious. Orange
Thanks.
Crush, come and get it. Crop Circle Wheat, come and get it in a can. Nate Zukas,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Head brewer here at the Great Dane Hilldale. Thank you for joining us on Girl Talk, and don't miss the next Girl Talk segment. Thank you.
Thanks.